I had to go through I don't want to say phasing out period, because I don't think that's the correct terminology, but I had to go through a period of my life where I had to make the choice of whether or not I felt like the women that were in my life in that moment were detrimental to my mental and emotional well-being. And when you're going through a divorce, you truly realize who your real friends are. And as hard as it was to lose a couple of those women out of my life who I thought were true friends, who I told a lot of very personal things to about my marriage, about what I was emotionally and mentally going through, I look back now and I'm grateful that those women are no longer in my life, because that space has been filled by women that will always be there for me and will always be there for my daughter. And so let's not take friendships lightly. I think as women age, we definitely take our friendships more seriously, or at least I would hope we do. I know personally speaking, I for sure do. I need women that I can tell my juicy gossip to about going on dates with a younger guy and not feeling judged by it. I need those girlfriends to lean on when I'm having a hard day, with mom guilt. And I'm feeling all those really deep feels that come with being a mom, and not just a divorced mom, but any mom that's listening to this, I'm sure has experienced mom guilt in one way or another, whether that's going back to your full-time career, or that's, doing things for yourself that fill your cup that we should not have to feel selfish about. But you need to find women that support your needs and support your choices. Don't have to agree with them, but don't judge you for them. And I think the biggest thing for me was realizing that even though I'm a divorced mom, I have a couple married friends around me. And the thing that I love about them the most is they may not understand what divorce looks like because they're happily married. And they may not know what the single mom life looks like, but they sure as hell try to. And it's the care, and it's the trying, and it's the, hey, I may not understand what that feels like, but whatever you need, I'm here for you. That's true friendship. And I think it's amazing how much power women have to be there for one another. But instead of judging another woman for her decisions and her choices, if she says to you, this is what is best for my mental and emotional health, and this is what is best for my child, then you need to support her in that. That is her truth. That's her journey. That's not your journey, and that's not your journey to be judged. That's her journey. And I have friends in my life now, some married, like I said, some divorced moms like myself. And then I have my younger friends who have never been married, who have been on the podcast with me. My best friend of 9 years, Larissa, and my really good friend, Alex. And the most amazing thing about the women that I have around me is the one core value that we all share is not judging one another, loving one another for our differences, acceptance, right? Accepting one another for there being an age gap, accepting one another for some being married and some being divorced. I just hope for all women that listen to this that you find your tribe, because as we get older, we need friendships in our lives. We do, more than ever. I so gratefully am blessed with women in my life now as a divorced mom that I can share my hard days with. Having that is priceless. You don't need to feel alone. You don't need to feel, like you're in this solitary environment. You have to really put yourself out there. And again, the amount of amazing inspirational women that I have met from all walks of life through this podcast has been nothing short of a blessing. I've met women that have come out of so many traumatizing experiences and turn them into such beautiful, life journeys and purpose. And I'm grateful. But to any of the younger generation, if you see this, any of the Gen Z girls, be particular, even in your 20s, whose energy you allow in your life, right? As we get older, we don't need negative energy. The world is already a negative place. There's so many negative things going on in the world right now, and unfortunately probably always will. So it's our duty, it's our job as women to surround ourselves with positivity. And it's out there, but you have to seek it. And you have to be proactive about it. I've been recently very proactive about putting myself, purposely in environments that support me, and being particular about which friends I spend my time with, because time is all we have. And it's extremely valuable, and it's not to be given out to just anybody. And in our 20s, that's what we do. We share our, energy with anybody. And that's what I would have told my younger self. Be more particular about who you give your energy to in your 20s, men and women. But as we age, we start to realize and weed out, the BS, so to speak, of, okay, I know myself now. I know who Lauren truly is. And in this place right now, where I am in my life, who do I need to surround myself with? And look for that. Don't feel selfish. Don't feel like you are being judgmental at all by being particular about the energies you allow in your world. And to conclude this episode, I would not be where I am today if it weren't for having a strong mother around me, having the influence of my daughter in my life every day. She's my why, she's my everything, always will, no matter what. But having the women that I have in my life, I get very emotional about it because I've come so far. Especially recently. It's not something I'm going to really dive into too deeply, but I have been dealing with some health issues. And it's not something that I plan on speaking about for a little while. But I have come to realize recently who my real girlfriends are, and their support and their love. I can't thank them enough. You know who you are. You know who you are. The late night phone calls, the last minute coffee meetups, the support with this podcast, all the things. Definitely couldn't do it without all of you. And you know who you are. But only allow positive energy into your world. And don't feel bad about it. Surround yourself with women that are on the same path as you. Surround yourself with women that maybe are at that end goal that you want to be at. Because the more you are taking these friendships and you're realizing what you need and what you don't need, and weeding out the ones that are in your life for convenience versus the ones that are in your life forever, is life-changing. And it's a game changer. Then women go through perimenopause. Then they go through menopause. All these different things that women experience that men have no idea about. Those are the moments you're going to need your girlfriends more than ever. You can't really talk to a man about perimenopause. He doesn't experience it. He doesn't know what that's like. Can't talk to a man about menopause. You sure as hell can't talk to a man about being pregnant. I mean, I think men can be there for you as much as they possibly can, but they physically and emotionally don't know what that feels like. Then on top of that, if you're a young mom like I was when I filed for divorce, What does that feel like? You're dodging the postpartum feels, protecting your mental and emotional health, trying to make the right decision for your family. You need to surround yourself with women that support you through all of that. It's traumatic. It's painful. And I had a couple women turn against me through that process. And what a shame. What a shame you couldn't be there for me during those times. Because people that aren't with you, next to you, by your side, in the trenches, during the hardest of times, do not and should not be allowed to share your beautiful times with you. And the women that I get to share this amazing podcast with, I'm so in awe of their character and their spirit and their energy. It's contagious. So if you take anything from this episode today, from my personal experience, the energy you put into finding the right male in your life, if you're single right now, put that energy into also surrounding yourself with really badass, strong women that will be there for you and be there to protect you and support you through all the good and the bad. Thank you.